It's about the journey, the journey, the movements you are in concert with on the journey, the people you meet on the journey. And as I watch young men and women here, and all those who've been in struggles before, campaigns before, I think about that journey and where we are. My journey began over 50 years ago as a young student at San Francisco State University. And I didn't know where that journey was going to take me. I didn't know where that journey was going to take me into the profession that I'm engaged in now. I came to San Francisco State majoring first in engineering and then finally in economics. I read a wonderful book by a great leader from Tanzania, his first president, Julius Nyerere, African Socialism, where he talked about self-dependency and independence and freedom. And it led me on another course in my journey. I worked at the city for the city and county of San Francisco after graduating and finishing at San Francisco State for 6.5 years in community development. The Office of Community Development and Model Cities program in San Francisco, California. I worked out of the mayor's office, so I saw communities, men and women, at an extraordinary point in time in the early part of the 1970s, becoming architects in their own rescue. Men and women who were organic intellectuals, who didn't go to college at all necessarily, but learned the craft of organizing and placing their role as a citizen in their community and in that city and in the nation as a primary focus. Jose Marti, the great Cuban revolutionary, once said, "Humanity is my nationality." Humanity is my nationality. So as we talk about the journey and where we go from here, because we know you're sitting at this moment, at this incredible moment in your own life, open to ideas, open to your own imagination. Einstein said that imagination is more important than information. At this particular moment, you have an opportunity to further that journey, to hear the voice of Morris Knight, to hear the voices of Neoscience workers, to listen to their stories, and make those stories a composite of your own story. You have the opportunity to listen to them, and we often lead with our heart and our imagination and say that how does this out here, this sense of their own transformation as their own journey, how does our journey find its way that intersects their journey as well? It's simply a march. There have been many marches over history, over human history, many marches in Mississippi, particularly when the time that I was growing up in San Francisco, California. But the march itself is only the beginning of the process. The march itself is a catalyst for the other work that you do in support of those workers, in support of this campaign, but also in support of yourself. I remember as a young kid, my mother used to always tell me, and the rest of us, that I'm eternally grateful for my mother and father, because I didn't pick cotton in September. I went to school in September. My mother was born in a little small town called Louisville, Georgia. And Louisville, Georgia is the epicenter for the expansion of slavery right after the ratification of the Constitution in 1789. It's an epicenter. That's where it began. Part of Georgia is now part of Mississippi and part of Alabama. The Yazoo Frog was, in 1796, was the beginning of this expansion, slavery and everything else. But she said, so for her, you pick cotton in September. And then after you finish picking cotton in September, then you go to school. No questions asked. Those poor people did. She didn't pick cotton in September. Her mother and father did everything they could to make sure that those three kids of theirs were in school. She graduated from Payne College in Augusta, Georgia in 1942. So my journey has to include that my mama didn't pick cotton in September, that she went to school in September, because I'm a manifestation of that. Her grandmother was able to witness her from graduating from college, even though she didn't attend, because her grandmother was born in 1853. What did that mean? In 1853, in Georgia, her grandmother was a slave, freed by the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. So that's part of the journey. So the journey that we take ourselves on. And the South has changed. The South that we knew in the 60s when I grew up, when I heard about Freedom Summer when I was 18 years old in 1964. The South that I grew up, that I heard about in 1964 is not the same South. Things have changed. The Civil Rights Movement opened up the South. What did it open it up to? Certainly, men and women had an opportunity to go to Ole Miss. Men and women got positions and more elected officials in Mississippi than in any other state in the country. So more electoral. African Americans became part of the body politics, even though there was still voter suppression and other things like that. They became part of that. And so they were transformed in a certain way, but something else happened as well. Something else happened. The companies that were in small towns like Passaic, New Jersey, or small towns like Cornell, New York, or small other towns, they always decided, look, I don't have to deal with unions anymore. Let me move down to the South. The South is open now. You know, the South is up there, free to do business. And what they did was they started a trend. And then those jobs that were here, those manufacturing jobs, where you make curtains, towels, and everything else, where you make jeans and everything else, those jobs are no longer in the South once they came down here. Because they came down to Louisville, Georgia, the same place. In the 70s, it came down to Louisville, Georgia. Those jobs are no longer. Where are they at? They're in Saipan now. Where are they at? They're in Lesotho now. Where are they at? They're in Mexico now. Where are they at? Everything. So something else is happening. So in the quest of that, we have this opening space, but we have something else that happened. The rights of workers now have been curtailed or have been stepped upon.